All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. It is already May 10th. I remember it being January, and here we are, though, and it's May. We're 10 days in. Still plenty of time for Success Club points. So if you're sitting at 0, don't worry about it. You got like 21 days to get Success Club points to help more people. If you're sitting at Success Club 5, Success Club 10 right now, help more people. Why not? So just a little housekeeping for tonight. Let's see if that gets bigger. There you go. You guys can see this, right? Give me a thumbs up. Someone, Lisa, give me, okay, thanks. So housekeeping, next Super Saturday, I know it's far away, but August 6th, put it down. A lot of us already got the tickets for the Philly with Autumn and Carl Deichler. It's sold out, so unfortunately, if you guys missed it, I'm sorry, it's sold out. But they're still gonna have the Super Saturday in New Jersey as always, so if you didn't get in on the Philly one, you can still go there. I'm sure people from our team are gonna be at both. This month for Success Club 5 or above, you can earn a free webcast with Brian Tracy. I forget the books that he does, but he's written a ton of really great books, and I'm sure he'll have a lot of good info to share with us. So the May promos for this month is Size and Insanity Max 30 for 140. Typically they're 160, and then they also have the refresh with those as well. For 160 instead of 180. Starting May 16th, the refresh will be $5 off. I believe I don't know if it's for the challenge pack or just the regular pack or the one without the Shakeology. Definitely for those. So keep an eye out if you want to do the refresh before you guys go away, or even for Summit. I stock up on those things just in case I need to go somewhere. Challenge app sweepstakes. I don't know if you guys heard Carl or heard on the National Wake Up Call. If you do a challenge group on the new app and you have 3 or more people that set up their profile, so they take their pictures, do their weight, and you post once in the challenger group, he's picking 10 people each week. I think it's like $500 each coach will get. So might as well get a challenge group going with the challenge app. This is my 2nd month that I've been using it, and I actually, at first I was like, I don't know if I like it, because everything new we kind of try and push away, but I really love it now. I think it's really great, even to get a lot of, I've gotten a couple of old coaches to kind of just come back in the mix, and something different for everybody. So I think it's been really helpful. New Coach Basics, we're starting May 16th. So if you guys have been kind of keeping your eyes and ears open, we've been doing 2 Coach Basics a month just because we've had so many people come on our team. So we run Coach Basics the 1st Monday of every month and the 3rd Monday of every month. So if you can't get them on for this Monday coming up, don't worry, we'll have another one the 1st Monday in June and then the 3rd Monday in June. So I know, that Sunday night before we start the group, people are like, can I add people? Can I add people? I don't mind add people, but adding people into the group on Sunday nights, but you just have to make sure that coach is going to be ready for Coach Basics. Because if you just sign them up on Sunday, they haven't had their getting started right call, and you throw them into Coach Basics, sometimes it can be a little bit too overwhelming. So if you just work with them one-on-one for 2 weeks until the next Coach Basics starts, that might be an option. But definitely, every coach is a little bit different, but get your feelers out and see if you might want to hold off instead of just throwing them in to just get them in for Coach Basics. And just FYI, I'm doing the Mozzarella on June 18th in Englishtown, New Jersey. If any of you would like to come with me, it's my first Mozzarella. So I think someone or 2 other people might be doing it with us. So if you want more info on that, let me know. Also in June, Danielle, I don't know if you're with the kids or not, but Danielle's going to be competing in her first competition. Let me see. I have it in my phone somewhere. It's in our group too, but if you want to go to that, Danielle, it's like
here. It's in Seneca High School in Tabernacle, New Jersey, and I think the tickets are like $25. It's pretty much an all day thing. It's my first competition, so I don't really know how much I'm age, but I will get as much information as I can. I will post the link if you guys want to come out and watch me do my thing.
I'll be there cheering you on.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right, so I think that's it for housekeeping. If anyone else has anything they want to say for housekeeping. No? Okay. Another little thing I am running, the person that signs up the 900th coach on our team will win a $100 Amazon gift card. I believe we're at $8.95. We keep, sometimes when people cancel, it will drop us down. So that's kind of why I'm pushing for the 900th coach. So whoever signs that coach will get the $100 Amazon gift card. And just some recognition for the for last week. We have some new emeralds in the house. We have Sarah Lynn, new emerald, and Brittany Lay, new emerald. So congrats, girls. And then we have Lisa, yay, at her 1 year anniversary as a Beachbody coach, being a new diamond coach. And get this, she also earned Success Club 5 or higher for 12 months in a row. So the month she signed up as a coach, she got that. And she'll start to see that being in that, it's called Success Club All Stars. She'll get kind of perks of being able to sign up for certain things. Like for the Success Club trip, she gets to sign up earlier and all things like that. So you do get perks for that. And I know she'll hit Success Club Legend, where it's 24 months in a row. So way to go, Lisa. And then we have Jessica at 3-star diamond. I don't know if she's on or not. But if you guys, I'm sure everyone knows who Jessica is. Did I say Lisa again? Sorry. No? Okay. I'm talking really fast. Jessica has been a coach for, I think, right under 3 years. Her 3-year anniversary might be in June. But she's pregnant right now. So for you guys that are like, I'm a new mom, or I have babies and this and that, if Jessica can do this, you guys can totally do this. So, and if you guys don't know, to hold a 3-star diamond, you have to be in a 6-week qualification period to hold it. So even if you have 3 diamonds, you need to hold that for 6 months. So getting your stars is definitely tough. So I really give just a lot of props for that. So congratulations. And then just a little top recruiters for April. We have Diana at 9, and everyone's pictures are in the way of Alicia 6. So Diana got 9 and Alicia got 6 for April. So awesome work, ladies. And then the top PV earners. And the reason why I like to show this is because it's not about Success Club points. It's not about recruiting. It's just about having customers and building your volume. So Lisa, for April, you were top 1436 volume points. Alicia was second with 1399, and Amanda Bradley was third with 1215. So what I do for this is I look at the 4 weeks in April, and I add up all of your volume points. So that includes your customers and your own volume that you bring in. So way to go, ladies. And that's it for me. So we have Leia that is on our call tonight, and she's going to be talking about some motivation and getting over those humps in the business. And this weekend, if you guys didn't see, me, Leia, and Jessica Dill went to the leadership event in Philly on Saturday, and me and Danielle went to see one of the guys in corporate on Friday. So that was really awesome event that we got to go to. And I'm sure she might speak about it too. So I'll let Leia take the reins. You are on. Wait, we need to unmute you.
Okay.
You got it.
All right. Sorry. Thank you, Rose. I'm very excited to be on the call tonight. And I'm on my iPad. I was having difficulties with my computer, so just bear with me. I'm trying to get the video to look good. Everybody can see me okay? Okay. So once again, thank you for having me on the call. This is my first team call, so I'm very excited to share with you guys a lot of information. I do have some notes and thoughts jot down, so if I'm looking away, that's why. Since this is my first call, I figured I'd take the opportunity also to share with you guys a little bit about my story and about me, in case you don't know. Sorry, I'm switching this because I don't think I'm looking at the camera. Okay, so my name is Leia Lewis, and I am a wife. I'm 33 years old. I have 3 kids. My oldest, Molly, is almost 6 years. I have 3.5-year-old twin girls, Izzy and Ellie. And I also work full-time in insurance. I've been coaching for almost 7 months now, and just last month reached Diamond rank. My story really starts after my husband and I found out that we were having twins. So I had my daughter, Molly. She was about a little over 2 when we found out that we were having twins. And I'm sure you can imagine that if you weren't planning to have 2 babies, when you go to the doctor and they tell you there's 2 heartbeats, it's a little bit of a shock. So, after that, we were quite, freaked out. Obviously, it was exciting news, but freaked out by the fact that now we had 3 kids we had to take care of, 2 babies, all the worries and stress of just even, having, being pregnant with 2 children. I had a lot of stress and anxiety during my pregnancy. After my twins were born, which they were completely healthy and went full term, just like any other new mom also, I had a lot of stress, anxiety, and, you're tired, cranky, ornery, but at the same time, obviously excited because, you're there taking care of your kids. I went back to work when my twins were about 5 months old. And so I was working full time. And after a couple months of that, I still felt really off. I was angry a lot and short fused and yelling at my kids. And I was sad. I didn't feel happy. But I kind of just chalked it up as, hey, this is what, happens when you're a mom and life is crazy and stressful. So after my twins were about a year, I finally decided to go to the doctor because things weren't getting better. I was diagnosed with postpartum depression and put on some medication, which did temporarily, help a little bit. Over the next 2 years, which is pretty much up until I started my Beachbody challenge, things pretty much went downward. I wasn't really doing anything to help myself mentally. I was coping with my anxiety and depression with eating, drinking a lot of wine, doing things to distract myself, watching lots of TV, and just constantly moving to try to fill my mind with stuff from project to project or stuff at work. And I gained weight, and I wasn't happy. I felt like, I was running in a ball like a hamster, and I was stuck, and that I didn't want my life to be like this, and I wasn't happy. Around that time, which was last fall, I happened to see a girl that I work with, a post on Facebook about Beachbody. And I had worked out prior to kids. I used to work at a gym. I used to be completely involved in sports, but I hadn't worked out in about 7 years. And I saw one of my friends post about a Beachbody challenge, Body Beast, finally, I just said, you know what? I had enough of this and I'm going to join. So I had amazing results, and within a month I decided, you know, this is just phenomenal. I want to be a coach. And basically, you know, that started my journey. My story is basically about a mom finding herself, and that's what I share with my clients and my customers, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. So that being said, what I want to talk to you guys a little bit about tonight, and I hope you have a pen and paper. I do have a lot of exercises and activities that I think that you can take away from this meeting that will help you. What I want to talk about tonight is mindset and breaking through your old mindset. If you guys have listened to any of the top calls over the last couple months, all of the calls have some element of mindset in them, but the last month of calls that I've, you know, really noticed mindset has been discussed by a lot of the top coaches. Specifically, you know, Jessica Vandenberg's call that was a couple weeks ago. So why are these coaches talking about mindset? If you're a newer coach, you know, this may be new for you still. You may still not understand exactly what mindset is or what it is that we're talking about. If you're a coach that's been here for a while and you already get this, you know how important this is. And if you're still working on your mindset, you can always improve it. So what is mindset? Well, according to dictionary.com, mindset is an attitude or disposition, an inclination or intention. According to Wikipedia, it's a set of assumptions, methods, or notations held by one or more people or groups of people that is so established that it creates a powerful incentive within these people or groups to adopt or accept prior behaviors. When I think about mindset, my own personal definition is the way that I think, the way that I, you know, day in and day out about my goals, my abilities, my feelings, perspectives, that I'm intentionally working to control and to stay focused, positive, and optimistic. So why is mindset important? Well, anything in life, any aspect of life that you can possibly relate this to, and in Beachbody, of course, because that's why we're all here, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to work to reach goals. You're going to work to reach, new rank achievements, and even just, goals within your business and helping people. You're going to reach those goals. You guys are going to have amazing success, but along your way, you're also going to have, barriers, blocks, and there are also going to be times when you don't reach those goals. When you're reaching out to your, prospective clients, you're going to have customers that say no and don't like what you have to say. You're going to have customers that love it and jump right on the bandwagon with you. But you're also going to have, obstacles within your own challenges. You're going to have amazing success within your transformations of your programs. And there's going to be other programs that you're going to do that you just maybe weren't happy with the results. This is inevitable. This is the way life works. And in order for you to succeed and to reach your goals and to not allow, these bumps in the road to stop you from getting to where you need to be, mindset is what's going to keep you moving. So I want to talk about mindset and how it relates to a Beachbody challenge, because I'm assuming all of you are here today because you started a challenge. At some point in time, either you started right off the bat as a coach. Most of you probably joined as a challenger, decided one day you were gonna get into shape. You were gonna take care of your health, your fitness, and your life. And along that path, you probably had a lot of fears and worries. You were scared that you were afraid to fail. You didn't know if you were going to be able to accomplish what you wanted. Maybe you were terrified that you wouldn't like the food, or you felt like you had to give up too much, or you didn't want to stop drinking wine, or you wanted to have chocolate still, or whatever it is. You have these thoughts and worries and fears that, come with beginning something new. Well, all of those thoughts that you have came from somewhere, either because you tried working out in the past and gave up, so it made you worry and fear possibly giving up and quitting in the future, or something in more deep rooted, some other challenges that you faced in the past, some other things your friends or family or parents told you that became ingrained in the way you think. These are beliefs and opinions that persuade, that make you think and feel a certain way about things. So as you begin a fitness journey, the first week, 2 weeks, you're sore, right? You're maybe not 100% on your diet because this is new and it's still challenging. But as you start to get a handle of it, you start to build a little bit more confidence. After a few weeks, you're not so sore anymore. You realize, like, hey, food prep is not that bad. I actually like it, right? And food tastes good. Vegetables aren't horrible. You start to adapt to the way that a challenge works. When you finish your challenge, if you guys have felt any type of feeling like I did, you feel on top of the world. You feel like, wow, I just set a goal and I killed it. And it doesn't really mean the results, but you accomplished something, right? You set your mind to doing something and you did it. And maybe it wasn't 100% exactly how you did it, but you feel so proud of yourself, right? And you look back at the way that you thought about, eating healthy and working out and the way you feel about your body, and your body's changed probably, right? You look back and you're like, wow, the way that I was thinking before, the thoughts that I had about being scared and that I was going to fail and dieting sucks, those things are just not true, right? What happens when you complete a physical challenge and a transformation is your mind shifts. That's a mindset shift. That's why these programs with Beachbody are so amazing, because it opens the door. Not only you have a physical transformation, but it opens your mind to thinking differently. So what do you do next, right? The very first step in working on your mindset, let me just rephrase that. The very first thing, if you haven't already done it, is to do a challenge, to get signed up and to complete a challenge from the very beginning to the end. That's the first thing in working on your mindset. But once you do that, it's becoming aware, really. So becoming aware of the thoughts, the opinions, the beliefs that are in your mind that are making you think things, anything about you, your personal life, your family, your business, your confidence, the way you look, your spouse, friends. It's your beliefs about life. So what I would ask you to do, I want you guys to write these categories down. We're not going to do the exercise now because we don't have a lot of time. But what I ask you to do at a later date is to really think about these categories that I'm going to tell you about. Think about them, reflect on them. How do you feel that you are doing in these areas? Are you happy? Or do you feel like there's certain areas that you need to improve on in your life? Write down some adjectives to describe your feelings. Okay, so these are the categories: family, career, faith, fitness, hobbies, habits, routines, community, finances, and life overall. Now, when you do this exercise, look at the words that you've written down, specifically the adjectives, and reflect on those words. Like, for instance, fitness. I might describe it as, I'm unmotivated. I'm weak. And I feel like I'm at a plateau. Okay? If you've been working out already, the chances are you're probably not weak, right? That's maybe just how you feel about it. But it's not necessarily true. You may feel it, but it's not actually true. Okay? So what you want to do once you've looked at how you feel in each of these categories is you want to flip it around, and you want to make that opinion or thought positive. So turn it from a negative to a positive. Instead of saying I'm weak, I'm strong. Instead of saying I'm at a plateau, I'm moving towards my goal. Instead of saying, I forgot what the first thing is I said, but you get what I mean. Turn them around to something positive. This is called an affirmation, okay? If you guys have done, know anything about affirmations, it's repeating positive statements that you want either about yourself to come true, or that you want to feel, or that you want to embody. And it's repeating and saying these things to yourself again and again and again and again. And this can help you help you train your mind to think, because this is the way that you want to think. So affirmations are one specific way that you can work on your mindset. There's a bunch of different ways, and I'm going to share with you some of the ways that I've used, and some of these I haven't done yet, but that I plan to in the future, but ways that you can work on your personal development. And I'm sure there's other ways that I haven't even reached yet. And at the end of the call, if anybody else wants to share, I'd love to open that up to everybody. So obviously there's personal development, right? Reading books. I can tell you I have 4 books that I've read that I highly recommend. We all know about The Compound Effect. You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. The Go-Giver, and Awaken the Giant Within, which I'm reading right now by Tony Robbins, and so far is my absolute favorite. Audiobooks. I love listening to audiobooks on Audible. I do it every single day on my drive to and from work. Podcasts. There's tons of them out there. Affirmations, meditation, vision board. Create a vision board visually. If you're a visual person, create a visual picture of the things that you want, your goals. Hang it up and look at it every single day. Listening to others, of course, team calls like this, the National Wake Up Call. If you're not listening to the National Wake Up Call every day, I highly recommend that you do. I don't listen to them live, unfortunately, because I'm working during the day. But every Monday on my drive home, you can listen to it on the playback line, or go to the podcast and listen to it on the podcast. Writing in a journal and reflecting daily. Those are the things that right now that I've come across that I think are really helpful. Okay, so what do you do next? right? You've reflected on yourself, your opinions, your thoughts. Keeping a focus on your mindset requires you to do this every single day. It really does. And it's not easy. I tell you that with complete sincerity. This is work. I work on this every single day. And it's not easy, even for me. But you need to make a commitment to yourself. And there are many ways to do that to help you stay accountable. Some of the things that you can do are to make a checklist of the things that you want to focus on every day. Use Post-it notes. Put little sayings or phrases or remind yourself to do things in places that you're going to go every day, like the bathroom. You can use your iPhone. I'm huge at using the iPhone calendar in my phone and setting an alert and reminder. If I didn't have those alerts and reminders, I think I would forget to do everything. But so that's just like my lifeline. There's an app that you can use that's called A Note. And that has, it's really cool. You can use, it's kind of like a calendar with notes. There's a whole lot of other stuff that you can use too to keep everything organized. A planner. I use the Passion Planner and I absolutely love it. I'm also a huge list person. I'm not a very organized list person. I have like a bazillion everywhere, little pieces everywhere. You can see them, like tons. But my lists help me stay organized. A success partner. So if you don't have a success partner yet, and I'm actually in the process of right now establishing a success partner. If I found one, if you want to look for someone on our team, obviously reach out to someone, ask for any recommendations, maybe ask one of your coach or your leader if they think there's a good fit for someone in the organization. I decided that I wanted to reach out to someone outside of the organization, meaning our team. I wanted to see if there's someone else that can bring another thought and perspective to match me. And I found that person. We just haven't quite connected yet. There's actually a group that you can join. It's kind of weird because it's like a dating app. It's like a dating group because you basically put an ad about yourself looking for a success partner on this group. But it's pretty cool because there's tons of people that are looking for partners. A success partner can help keep you accountable. Basically a buddy. Okay, so as I had already said, you're going to reach tons of ups and downs throughout your journey, right? What do you do when you feel like you're slipping? Well, I want to share with you, just give me a second. I want to make sure my battery's not going to die. Okay, so I want to share with you guys a story about what to do when you feel like your mind is slipping. If you guys are on Team Rise, you may already know about, you may have seen, Rose post some information to me on the past. You may have listened to my call that I posted, I believe it was in February or March, about, how I reached Success Club and things that I did. So anyway, I started off in November and December. Those were really my first two, coaching months. Like any new coach, you're still getting acquainted to the business and running challenges and everything like that. January and February, I had two extremely strong months. I ended February with 23 Success Club points. I was really close to hitting Diamond, but I hadn't yet. And I felt in March, which is so crazy, right? This is not rational, but I felt like the only way that I was going to be successful in March was by getting 25 Success Club points. I had convinced myself that I wasn't going to be good unless I actually beat last month. Okay. 23 Success Club points is crazy. Okay. So to set that expectation on my own self, and I know I'm my own worst enemy sometimes, and I'm the hardest on myself. I already like had such high expectations. When I started the month, you know, I was worried because I'm like, how I did this 2 months already, very strong. Am I going to be able to sustain this? Well, by day 5, I had 0 points. By day 10, I had 0 points. I was freaking out, guys. Like, I was being really hard on myself. Like, how come I don't have, and when I say points, I mean, no one has contacted me saying they want me to help them. Like, I'm putting myself out there. Nothing's majorly changed. I'm still posting, sharing my story, inviting, but I felt like I was failing because in 1 month, I hadn't helped anybody yet. By the 15th of the month, I still had no points, like 0. Okay, I hadn't helped anybody. And I felt my mind completely reverting to my own mindset. I was doubting myself. I was worrying. I stopped inviting people like I did the months before. I mean, I pushed myself to invite, but I was inviting like 10 people a day, every single day, January and February. And my confidence and my attitude was just going down because of the way that my mind was thinking. And, you know, I reached out to my coach and I said, Danielle, like, I'm in a bad place. Give me some, you know, give me a boost. And, you know, I talked to her. We talked it through. I woke up the next day. I don't remember what day of the month it was, but it was well over half of the month in March. And I just woke up one day and said, you know what the heck are you thinking? Like, you can do this, right? Like, you can help people. You are able to do what you want. If you convince yourself that, and you keep helping people no matter what, and you keep reaching out and you keep telling your story, you're going to want your help. I knew though that I needed to just plummet myself, like drench myself in personal development, because I kind of started slacking because I was doubting myself. It was like a downward spiral. I decided I was going to wake up at 6:30 every single morning, and I hate waking up in the morning, so that was a stretch. I was going to wake up at 6:30 every morning, and I was going to read. I wasn't reading every single day. I was mostly listening to podcasts and audio at that point. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to use personal development every waking second I got. I listened to it on my car rides, on the way to work, 45 minutes, on my lunch break, on my way home. I read at night. Like, I bombed my brain with personal development every second I could get to build my confidence back up, because I knew that it was there, but I was letting the doubt come back. I ended March with 10 points, which was my goal. And I've sustained that going forward. But the message to this is, no matter how successful someone might seem on paper, and all of us, no matter how, if you're a top coach, no matter whether you're brand new, you have to keep your mindset and you have to work on it. And if it slips, it's gonna slip. It slipped for me. You just gotta stay focused and know that if you what was working before, you need to keep doing, and it'll keep working going forward. Mindset, reading personal development is so crucial. And I personally, for me, it's changed my life. It's allowing every aspect of my life to be better. And I know that if I don't do personal development every day, I feel off. if I don't fuel my mind with the confidence and the energy and the thoughts that I know that make me feel like I'm going to help people today, I know my business is going to suffer. So that's mostly what I wanted to talk about today. I want to leave you with one last thought, because on the call that we had with Jessica Vanderberg a couple weeks ago, she said something that really hit me and really fueled me up even more. She said, guys, if you really want something bad enough, if you really have goals, you want to quit your job, you want to stay home with your kids, you want to make 6 figures, you want to pay off your debt. Like, I need to pay off a lot of debt. I'm going to pay off all my debt. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to do this full time. You need to want this bad enough. You need to be willing to sacrifice and make changes to get what you want. And if you want it bad enough, then it will happen. But how bad do you want it? And that's what you need to really think about. How bad do you want it? Because if you want it bad enough, you need to wake up earlier or stay up later or do one extra effort, do one more invite or one more this or whatever it is. Read for 5 more minutes. Make yourself and your life better. For me, that's jumping out of bed in the morning. And, you know, I hope you guys want it just as much as I do, because I want this so bad. And I hope I shared some good information with you tonight. That's all I got. If you guys have any questions, concerns, Molly, do you want to say hi? Anything that you want to share or tips or anything that's helped your mindset, please feel free to share at this point.
I forget what you said, but I love what you said about how you just basically like filled your brain with personal development. And because I know exactly that feeling when I'm feeling like, oh, nothing's going right. And it's literally like my first thing I do in the morning, instead of looking at Facebook, instead of looking at my texts or my emails, is I'll listen to my podcast as I'm getting the kids ready for school, you know, and just basically bombarding. Is that maybe that what you use? Bombarding your brain with personal development and positive words, like, and whatever that means for you. You know, I always tell people, find somebody who speaks to you, like find an author, find a podcast, find somebody on YouTube that speaks to you. It might be a different person for everybody, but find that one person that makes you want to jump out of bed and listen to them. Awesome call, Leia. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great, Leia. Thanks so much. Something that I know Danielle probably has heard too from other coaches, but we all get that. I'm doing everything. No one's talking to me. Everyone's saying no. What am I, and you say that over and over in your mind, but then you don't realize that your mindset's completely off, and that's what's wrong. It's not your inviting, it's not your Facebook post, but it simply can just be your mindset and thinking, I can't do this. And if you put that, I don't know, we talked about this on team calls prior, but us leaders just read The Energy Bus. If you guys haven't heard that yet, like Energy Bus, that is the best freaking book out there. So the energy that you're putting out, if you're putting out negative energy, nobody's going to want to be around you. Nobody's going to want to join your challenge group. Whether you think you're putting it out there or not, believe me, it's that energy is getting out there. So first thing is start with you, start with your mindset and catch yourself. And I think that's the hard thing too, is just catching yourself even saying those negative thoughts. You kind of have to think like, all right, what am I actually thinking? So catch yourself in that. And I think having a success partner, I know for me, like all the leaders on this team are definitely like success partners for me, and confidence that, you know, we just talk to in general. And then I have another success partner that's outside of our team, that's on another team. But we don't talk about negative things. All we do is we have a problem and we try and solve it. So what do I mean by that is, like me and my success partner, we're striving for 5-star diamond. I'm not complaining that I'm, you know, this or that. I'm saying, how can I get there? What is my roadmap going to look like? So I'm not complaining about it. I'm finding a solution for it. So sorry, I just went off on a tangent. And what Leah was talking about with the different like family, career, faith, I put that all in the chat. So if you guys didn't catch that, if you click on that chat screen, all of those different categories will pop up that you can kind of go through and see, like, am I positive with my family? Am I positive with my career? You know, am I positive with my faith, fitness, hobby, and go down the line. And that will kind of help you gear you towards what you need to work on. I'm done. Anyone else have any questions or comments for Leia? Anything that they wanted to add to the call? Just unmute yourselves. No?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm sorry, my voice is still all messed up. I really just want to say that I needed this tonight. Like, have been having a really rough day. My migraines have been getting the best of me, and I'm so tired of being in pain. And it gets me down. And I needed this call tonight. It really helped put some things in perspective. So thank you.
You're welcome.
That's awesome. Not about your migraines, but I just wanted to say something. I know my one of our coaches, I don't know if she's on here, she's going to the airport tomorrow, but Amanda suffers from migraines really bad. She actually got that thing pierced in her ear, and it kind of seemed to be working. And I know a lot of people get acupuncture. I don't know what your migraines are like, but I know I've done a lot of research on them because, like I said, my best friend has them. So maybe something to look into.
I'll look into it. I have an appointment with the headache specialist next month. I'm just like trying to get there to next month. I can't wait. But
Yeah,
thank you.
it's tough. They're definitely tough. Hang in there. Glad you're on the call tonight.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, I think we're good. Check on our team calendar, because I believe not the week coming up, but the week after that, we had to switch it to a Monday again. But the team calendar is pinned to the top of Team Arise. So just check that, and check that for our team spirit calls too. The one for tomorrow is canceled, but after that, the team spirit calls on Wednesday night are still on. So we will see you guys next week and in the team page. Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
Thanks, Leia.
Thanks. Bye-bye.